Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this eye look I have on right here. Well, I do the rest of my face on camera too. But this is a smoky eye using just my Melt Cosmetics Rest Stack. If you're not familiar with Melt Cosmetics, they're the ones that do these little magnetic eyeshadows. This stack came together as a whole in this box here. I got this for Christmas last year. My sister bought it for me and I'm obsessed with this. It's so simple. It's just, you know, deep brown, warm brown, baby puke brown, peach, and a yellow tone. It also comes with a little mirror. But this thing, the quality is just so, it's there and it's beautiful and you can do so many different things with it. Today I wanted to create a simple smoky eye that I think anybody can do, whether you're a makeup obsessed, that's all you do with your time kind of person, or you're just starting out and wanted to try something new. This is a pretty simple look. I think it's okay to wear it during the daytime. I'm about to wear it to the mall right now. So yeah, so if you want to see how I did this using just my melt stack, then just keep watching.
Okay, so I already have my brows on, as you can see, so we're going to start off with the eyes using that Urban Decay Primer Potion and just blending that with my finger, trying not to poke myself in the eye with my claws. And once we get that blended out, we're going to set it. So going into that melt stack, we're taking the first shade, which is the shade Classic, on a packing brush, a big fat packing brush, and just packing that all over the lid to set the primer. It's like a yellowish beige tone, perfect for exactly what I'm using it for. For my transition shade, I'm using the shade Antique, which is a peachy shade, and that's going to just be buffed into my crease area with my Morphe M504, just going back and forth in those. I wonder what song I was that came on Pandora, because obviously that was my jam. Okay, so yes, blending forever and ever and ever. And the next shade we're going to take is the shade called Rubbish, which is that beautiful baby puke brown, which is a favorite of mine. I cannot get away from those shades. And we're just taking that on a Sigma E40 and putting that below Antique. And then going back with Antique on a Morphe M504, we're just blending those two shades together. Blend, 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 blend forever and ever and ever. Okay, so then taking the next shade on a tapered blending brush, it's the shade Rust, which is a really warm reddish brown, and that's going underneath Rubbish and on the upper portion of the eyelid. It looks kind of messy right here, but don't worry, like I said, we're going to blend everything out and it'll work out in the end. So going back into Rubbish on my Sigma E40, we're just going to blend those two shades together. And then for the lid, we're taking the shade Rot, which is a very, very deep dark brown, and that's on a little flat shader brush. I start packing the shade on the lower portion of the eyelid, close to the eyelashes, and then I bring it upwards. So after I get the right amount on, we're going to go back into Rest and that little tapered blending brush and just blend those two together so they meet nicely. Nice, soft transition into the light to dark. If you don't blend this out, this crap can look crazy, so that is key, definitely. And going back into Antique again with my Morphe M504, we're blending that all together. And sometimes when you're blending this much, it can take away some of the pigment, so I do go back into that Rot shade and just deepen out the pigment that was lost with all that blending. And we're going to clean up the edges with a clean makeup wipe just to make it a little sharper. And taking my Smashbox primer water, we're just going to prime the face for foundation. Woo! Okay, so while that's going, we're going to put my Bobbi Brown Smokey Eye mascara and get it ready for falsies. I'm using my KOKO Lashes Demi G's, which are my favorite. And then taking the Smashbox primer, Photo Finish primer, I got it in my Sephora Play box this month. Just putting that all over the face. This is a oldie but goodie. And for foundation, we're using my Fiona Stiles Matte Finish Foundation, and I'm taking that on my Beauty Blender and just pouncing that all over the face. I can't get away from this foundation right now. It is beautiful. It is perfect. It is just right up my alley. And then for concealer, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium Honey. And you don't need a lot of this concealer. If you go overboard, I find it can look really cakey and crease. So just 1 pounce inside, pounce. You don't need to dip back into the concealer is what I'm saying. Just 1 swipe is good for you. So then I blend everything else out first before I blend under the eyes. That's always the last thing I blend out. I let it sit for a little bit first. Yes. Blend, blend, blend. It's a little bit harder to blend out that way, but I find it looks the best. So then to set that, we're going to take my Makeup Revolution banana powder on a little triangle sponge or angled sponge, whatever it is. And we're just going to set all that concealer. And then taking my Rimmel Stay Matte on this foundation brush, I'm just going to set the rest of the areas of the face. I know it looks like I pick up a lot of product, but I don't. I just put a little bit just to make sure my foundation doesn't go anywhere. Now taking my little e.l.f. blush brush, I'm just wiping away all that banana powder from underneath my eyes. I press in, and then wipe away. And then for bronzer, I'm using Bahama Mama by the Balm Cosmetics on my e.l.f. powder brush. And I'm just sculpting out those cheeks, just a very light contour, nothing too crazy today. And I put that on my jawline, my chin, and also my forehead. Yes. For the nose, I'm going to take a smaller angled brush and just kind of carve that out, make it look a little bit slimmer. I never go crazy with my nose. I feel like sometimes it can look crazy, could look weird. So then I'm cleaning that up with my Makeup Revolution powder again and that little angled sponge. For blush, I wanted something subtle, so I took Benefit's Dallas, which is one of my favorite blushes of all time. And I'm just making that weird smiley face and brushing that on my cheeks. Now for that powder, I'm taking that Real Techniques powder brush and just dusting all that banana powder away. And then for highlighter, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in the shade Riviera, which is a very subtle highlight. It's not crazy like I usually like, but it's okay. And then to set the face, I'm using the Pixie Makeup Fixing Mist, and I'm drowning in it. And then to finish the rest of the eye, I'm taking Rot on a little Real Techniques detailer brush and just lining the lower lash line. And once that's set down, I'm going to take Rest on a small pencil brush and just blend it out so it's not as harsh. Yes, blend. It always like it. This looks like it hurts. It doesn't hurt, but it does look like that, doesn't it? And then to soften that up a little bit more, I'm taking my crown brush and the shade Antique and just buffing that on the lower lash line. Buff, buff, buff. Blend forever. Okay, and then I'm taking Riviera again on the other side of that crown brush and putting that as an inner corner highlight. I take a Makeup Forever pencil that I got in my Sephora Playbox too, just to make the waterline a little darker. And then using my Rimmel Lash Accelerator for the lower lashes, per usual. For lipstick, I just used the Clinique Black Honey lipstick. This is like a cult classic, very simple. It was a little bit berryish to me though, like a berry tone, so I used my Too Faced lip injection in the shade Milkshake just to tone that down a bit. So take those out, and this is going to be the final look. As you can see, I love the way it came out. It just a very simple smoky eye to do and a very wearable for daytime and nighttime. And this is one of the many looks that you can create with this stack. It's so versatile, even though it's just a few colors and they're so basic. It's anything but basic.
Alright guys, so that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope some of you go out and want to try some Melt Cosmetics. Like I said, I'm super happy with it. What I really like about it, which I didn't mention before, is you can buy these shadows, I think most of them, singly. So as a single shadow. And you can just add it onto your stack, so you can just, keep growing this big old Melt Cosmetics stack. I think the next shade I want to get is the shade Blur. It seems like a pretty universal shade, especially for blending out transition and crease shades. So yeah, so again, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye!
Hold up.